Hi guys, so this is a video to talk about my experience um, regarding the first day of taking Escitalopram, which is also um, branded as Lexapro and I think Cipralex. So a key point I should mention is that I was taking Citalopram, also known as Celexa, prior to switching to Escitalopram. So it's not like I'm starting from scratch so I was taking a very similar antidepressant and I decided to switch to Escitalopram. Now, the reason I decided to switch was simply because Escitalopram is cheaper and more available where I happen to be located. And from what I know, it's very similar to Citalopram. Some people, even if you look up online, you'll see some people claim that they're basically the same, and Citalopram was just kind of invented as a way to kind of have be able to patent the medicine after the patent was running out for Citalopram. In any case, so frankly, so far the results are quite good. I actually don't notice an obvious difference from when I was taking Citalopram. Perhaps it's too early to tell, and maybe I'll make a video later on after a longer period of time has passed. But so far, I don't notice an obvious difference compared to Citalopram. I generally feel in a better mood. I don't get bothered as much by negative thoughts. They don't really hurt me as much, and they don't last as long. So this is kind of what I noticed when I started taking Citalopram, and I seem to be sustaining those same benefits. So that's the result so far. It's probably too early to comment too much further. In terms of side effects, I mean, it's too hard to tell just yet for sure. But I mean, as I mentioned in my Citalopram videos, one key side effect, the most obvious perhaps for me, was the sexual side effect for Citalopram. Particularly, it became really hard to reach orgasm. I, I can't really confirm if that's still the case, but I suspect it still is with Citalopram. And that is it. So at the very least, I can say, in case you're considering switching for whatever reason between those two, it does seem like they are quite similar, and it's not too hard to make the switch between the two. And that is all. Hopefully, best of luck to you guys with depression, if that's what you're suffering from, or anxiety. Both of these, I mean, Citalopram and Escitalopram, are supposed to treat both anxiety and depression. One point want to mention is that sometimes it might actually be hard for you to tell whether you're having depression or anxiety or both. Because, for instance, when you have anxiety, let's say, you might kind of translate in your head into being depressed. Because if you're constantly anxious, you'll probably feel depressed. It'll be hard to kind of tell apart which problem you're having. And I suspect, at least in my case, the first antidepressants that I tried were things like Wellbutrin and Prozac. They were mainly focused on depression as opposed to anxiety, and I had just assumed that I just had depression, didn't have anxiety, and I think that was perhaps a key reason why I didn't really feel an obvious benefit from taking those. Meanwhile, I noticed a much more obvious benefit from taking Citalopram and Escitalopram, which are supposed to help with both anxiety and depression. And that is all. Best of luck to you all, and maybe I'll make another update video after a longer period of time has passed.